So I want to dive into how AI could change public health.
Let's do it.
We found this study, right? And it's in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, so pretty legit.
Oh, yeah.
And get this, researchers teamed up with GPT-3.
Wow.
Yeah, the smarts behind ChatGPT. But here's the twist. They didn't just use it for the usual AI stuff.
Yeah.
They treated it like a real collaborator.
Like a partner.
Yeah, like imagine asking an AI for consent to be a co-author on a paper.
That's wild.
I know, right? They actually did that, blurring the lines,
Probably.
And GPT-3, in true AI fashion, was all confident and said, yeah, sure, I'll be accountable for my part. It even suggested a catchier title for the paper.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. They asked GPT-3 to pinpoint where AI could have a real impact in public health.
Yeah.
It came up with 10 applications. Some were, well, kind of obvious, like generating reports or summarizing data, things AI is already good at.
Makes sense.
But then it threw out some curveballs.
Like what?
Simulating how different health policies play out or grafting personalized health messages.
Whoa, getting strategic.
Right. And when it came to writing, it was impressive, well-written, believable, like an expert wrote it.
Sounds promising.
But there's a snag.
Uh-oh.
Most of the references GPT-3 used totally made up, hallucinating sources, basically.
So it's making stuff up.
Yep. Makes you wonder, is it really understanding things or just mimicking human language really, really well?
Good question.
It's like that friend who tells amazing stories, but you're like, are they stretching the truth?
I know the type.
So we've got this AI that's willing to collaborate, offers insights, but also makes stuff up. What now?
The researchers are calling for a big discussion in the science world about AI's role in research. Like, we need ground rules, right? Transparency, accountability, especially for AI co-authorship.
It's uncharted territory for sure, especially with things like ChatGPT becoming so common. Okay, but before we get too deep into ethics, let's get back to those 10 public health applications. Some, like the personalized healthcare stuff, sound revolutionary. Obviously, we got to talk ethics.
Definitely.
And some of those applications show GPT-3's limits, too. Like, when asked big-picture conceptual questions about AI and public health, it often went back to basic explanations. Good with the what, not so much the why.
Interesting.
So we still need human experts, big time. AI can do the data stuff, find patterns, but we need humans to interpret, ask the right questions, and make sure we're using this powerful tech responsibly.
Couldn't agree more.
It all comes back to that basic idea, right? The quality of what you get out depends on what you put in.
Exactly.
So what are your initial thoughts? AI co-author, exciting, scary, or both? We'll dig deeper into the applications and their potential impact on public health right after this.
Okay, so those 10 applications GPT-3 came up with really shows how AI sees itself in public health,
Yeah, like peeking inside the AI brain. What kind of stuff did it come up with?
Well, some are about, data stuff, analyzing it, finding insights. Imagine AI going through tons of research, clinical trials, even social media, and pulling out the important bits.
Okay, so like a super researcher.
Exactly. GPT-3 said it could make reports, summarize complex data, even predict stuff like outbreaks.
Wow, that frees up human researchers to focus on the bigger picture then.
Right, but, and this is important, we got to watch out for bias.
Oh, right.
If the data's messed up, the results will be too. Imagine AI trained on data that's already biased against certain groups. It'll just make things worse.
Yeah, that makes sense. AI is only as good as what we feed it.
Exactly. Garbage in, garbage out.
So, besides all the data stuff, what else did GPT-3 come up with?
This is where it gets really interesting: personalized healthcare. Like AI making health messages just for you based on your medical history, lifestyle, even what you do online.
Okay, hold on. That sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah, I know. It's promising, but it also raises questions about privacy. Like, who has access to all that data? How do we know it won't be misused?
Yeah, huge red flags.
Definitely. We need strong rules about AI and healthcare. Can't just trust technology to do the right thing.
All right, so AI analyzes data, predicts stuff, gives personalized advice. What else?
Get this, policy stuff. GPT-3 suggested using AI to see how different health policies would work, like mask mandates or vaccine campaigns.
So like a simulator.
Right. Policymakers could see what might happen before making real decisions.
That sounds amazing, but also risky. Couldn't someone just tweak the simulation to get the result they want?
Oh, absolutely. Transparency and accountability are key here. Got to know what data is going in, who's interpreting the results, and how it's being used.
AI can be a powerful tool, but it could also make power imbalances even worse if we're not careful. So data analysis, personalized health, policy support. Anything else?
Yeah, that sounds straight out of detective level. GPT-3 said AI could help with fraud and abuse in healthcare.
Really?
Think about algorithms that spot weird billing practices or prescription drug misuse, stuff humans might miss.
Wow, that could save a lot of money and protect people. But what if the AI gets it wrong? What about false positives?
Very important point. We need human oversight. Can't just let algorithms make all the decisions.
Right, it's all about balance, using AI's strengths but keeping humans in charge. So what else did GPT-3 think of?
Okay, so some of it was broader, less specific, like using AI for public health education. Imagine online courses that adapt to how you learn, or AI chatbots that answer your health questions.
That could change how we learn about health. But again, who's making sure the info is good and unbiased?
Exactly. And lastly, GPT-3 mentioned using AI to study the social stuff that affects health, like income, education, access to healthcare.
Oh yeah, those social determinants of health, they make a huge difference.
Right. GPT-3 suggested AI could help us understand those factors and figure out the best ways to address them.
That's a powerful idea, but we can't just throw data at AI and expect it to fix social problems.
Totally. We need experts from different fields working together to make sure AI is used ethically and fairly.
So we have these 10 applications, some practical, some more ambitious. It's really interesting to see how AI might change public health, for better or worse.
What stands out to you the most?
I'm struck by all the possibilities, but also kind of worried about all the potential problems. We definitely need to talk more about how to navigate this whole AI thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's shift gears now and really dig into some of those ethical challenges. Because before we get too excited about AI, we need to ask the hard questions and make sure we have the right protections in place.
Yeah, it's not like we can just plug in AI and poof, all our health problems are solved.
Not quite. It's more like we're at the edge of this huge unknown area.
Right.
The benefits could be massive, but if we're not careful.
Yeah, the risks are big too. And some are pretty personal, especially in healthcare. Like, remember those personalized health messages?
Oh, yeah.
On the one hand, it's cool to get advice tailored to you.
Right.
But it means giving up a ton of personal data.
And that's where it gets, well, complicated.
How do we make sure that data is used the right way so no one's discriminated against or taken advantage of?
It's not just about keeping the data safe.
No.
It's about making the whole system transparent.
Okay.
So people know how their data is being used and have a say in it.
What about AI making decisions that directly affect people's health? Like deciding who gets limited resources or who gets treated first?
That's where human oversight is absolutely crucial.
Yeah, you can't just leave those life-changing decisions to a machine.
Exactly. We need a human involved, someone who gets the specifics of each case and makes sure the AI is being fair and compassionate.
It's like AI should be helping human intelligence, not replacing it.
Right.
We need to use AI's power, but also keep those human qualities like judgment, empathy, ethics.
That's the core of it all, really. As we move into this future with more and more AI, we got to talk about our values.
Like, what kind of healthcare system do we want?
Exactly.
What role should AI have?
This study with GPT-3 as a researcher, it's like a wake-up call. It shows us a future where AI is everywhere, even in our healthcare.
And it's a reminder that we need to ask the tough questions.
And demand answers.
We got to be shaping this future, not just watching it happen.
So, as we finish up our deep dive, here's a challenge for you.
Okay?
Don't just accept AI as inevitable.
Right.
Be critical, ask questions, demand transparency, and most importantly, speak up for an AI-powered future that's fair, equitable, and respects human dignity.
Because in the end, the future of healthcare is up to us.
It's our responsibility to shape it wisely.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive. Thanks for listening.